how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan with my husband.
I'm Hide.
Hidetoshishi. Today we are about to invite a guest from Hong Kong. His name is Andy Chan, and Andy is the candidate for the Nobel Peace Prize this year in 2020. And he's very well known as the former convener of Hong Kong National Party. And so he has been advocating Hong Kong independence for years. However, because he stands out so much and also gets lots of attention from Hong Kongers, his party is banned and everything. There are lots of articles online about him. So I want you guys to check those out. But before I talk your ears off, let's get started on today's interview. Hey guys, so today we are with Andy Chan from Hong Kong. Hi, Andy.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. So can you give us a brief introduction of yourself?
My name is Andy Chan, and I'm now 29 years old. I know Japanese would want to know everyone's age because in every interview I was asked, what is your age? So I need to introduce my age now. Yeah, I'm 29, and I was the convener of Hong Kong National Party. And this political party was the first ever political party in Hong Kong to advocate independence. But it was now banned by the Hong Kong government due to against the communists. So we are under suppression, very serious suppression. So now our party was disbanded, and I was not allowed to win an election, won an office in an election. So I don't think I was going to participate in the forthcoming electrical election in September.
I have to say to you, congratulations on the Nobel Peace Prize this year.
You're a candidate.
Oh, thank you.
Peace
Yeah,
Prize.
I would like to express my gratitude to you too, because of you too, I was nominated as the one of the nominee of the Nobel Peace Prize. This is really my pleasure. It's also my accomplishment in my life. It is really valuable and outside my expectation. Thank you very much.
So the first thing we would like to ask is the current situation in Hong Kong. What's going on there?
Including the coronavirus.
Yeah, I think the coronavirus, I should say the Chinese virus, is the main focus of everybody, every single person in Hong Kong. Of course, we do care about freedom, and we do care about democracy, and there have been many arrests every day in Hong Kong to suppress the freedom fighter. But still, the coronavirus is the main focus of every single person because it's so horrible, terrible, and so scary. And we look at all over the place, all over the world, many people were infected. However, we are lucky, still slightly over 1,000 confirmed cases in Hong Kong until today. So we are quite lucky, but there is the reason because we do not trust China. We have the experience, so we did not underestimate this Chinese virus. So it's not that bad in Hong Kong, but the economy in Hong Kong, I think it is the worst in the past 30 years or 40 years, or even worse. So it could be the worst in Hong Kong's history. So in terms of health, we are okay. Only 1,000 people confirmed case, but the economy, so bad. And in terms of democracy, it's also very bad because the Chinese government, they have new policy, they have new strategy on Hong Kong, and they are taking places, all the actions, they are taking places, the new people they appointed, as new officials. So we can now see they are turning Hong Kong into Tibet. So Hong Kong, the situation actually is not good.
Is there any difference from when you guys experienced SARS?
When it was SARS in 2003, I was 13 years old. I was 13 years old, a secondary school student. I was still young, but I do have memory. At the time, everyone was scared, and people were very sad because some people were trapped in the hospital. The family, they separate due to the quarantine, or they were infected, or people die. Doctor, nurses, they sacrificed themselves. At that time, people were very sad. And at the time, also, we were not prepared like the Western countries this time. At the time in 2003, we did not think that Chinese government will not disclose all the information of the virus. So we did not prepare for that. We trust China at that time, so we suffer at that time. But this time, I think it's better, but the economy is much worse.
We remember you talking about young people losing their jobs due to coronavirus, and what's the situation now? The people go to work or stay home. How are
not just about young people, but every industry, like taxi driver. Now they have no business at all every day. So we can see many taxis, they park in a car park instead of running around to find customer because there are no people in the street. But I think it's still better than the Western countries. There are still people everywhere, but not that crowd, not like usual. Because in Hong Kong there were a lot of people, very crowded. But now there's still people, but there are no business at all. So in terms of taxi driver, the transportation, even lawyers, because the court stopped running, stopped operating. So lawyers, they have no job to do, and they need to have the low pay leave. So they need to stay at home, no salary, even accountants. I mean, every industry is like a chain reaction. Even in Hong Kong, the situation is not that bad, but all your customers are from the Western world, from the US, from the UK, because Hong Kong is an international financial center. So we have lots of business dealings with the UK, the US, but all those customers, they are suffering. So we also suffer from that.
Is there any discussion of when Hong Kong recover from this situation? Like Japanese people have no idea about our country, so
we have no idea.
No idea.
I think everyone in the world has no idea. We don't know about this Chinese virus. Well, I don't call it as an illness. It's not just a virus, it's a biological weapon. So it was designed, it was made to kill people, to destroy civilization. So it is a very scary biological weapon. So we don't know. It's not like SARS, it's like everywhere. It won't disappear from this world anymore. So we don't know.
So now we're gonna talk about politics a little bit, but in the past 1 to 2 weeks, Hong Kong government started to take the advantage of this Chinese virus situation, and the oppression by the Hong Kong government is getting stronger, we feel. We have heard about Article 23 and national anthem laws and the gathering of more than 5 people was prohibited and so on. Also heard that 15 pro-democracy activists were arrested. For the past week or so, like it's been happening. Could you elaborate on what's going on, like regarding those?
I think we need to look back to the appointment of the new officer of the liaison office, the Chinese liaison office in Hong Kong. Now it is the headquarters representing Xi Jinping, the Secretary C in Hong Kong. This is the headquarters. Now they in the past they only comment. They usually comment or coordinate behind the scene. They won't really step in to intervene in Hong Kong's affairs. But now, after half year of Hong Kong protests, they have changed their strategy. They changed their policy. Now they have changed the liaison office into a real headquarters. Now they are giving out commands. Now they're stepping in. Now they participate in all those fights. For example, they could argue with the democracy leaders. In the past, they won't do that. Now they step in. Now they say what the government should do in the coming times. So after they come in a short period of time, the government will move according to the command. So they have new strategy. Now Beijing, they are not going to hide themselves anymore. So they will go all out, all in Hong Kong. I mean, they will change Hong Kong into Tibet without any concerns.
So what my husband thinks is that according to the basic law, it bars the Chinese government from interfering in local affairs of Hong Kong. But Carrie Lam, chief executive Carrie Lam, recently changed the view on the law. So can you talk about it?
Oh, she changed her view because of the liaison office. She can change her mind or she can change her comments anytime when the liaison office say something. She has to follow. So when she said something which is different from the liaison office, she would change it because she must follow the order of the liaison office. The new appointed officer in the liaison office is actually an embassy of Secretary C. Now he appointed, Secretary C appointed this officer to Hong Kong. So everything he says represent Secretary C directly from him. So everyone should follow what the liaison office say.
Is there any law or bill that is about to be passed, or new laws coming to realize and so on?
Well, as I just said, about a liaison office. Liaison office, they give out order, they give out direction, and the government, they will follow. So they have mentioned the national anthem law and the Article 23, national security, blah, blah, blah. So it's very obvious that they want to have this kind of law passed. And it's very likely to be passed, to be honest. They can have many ways to get it passed. They can skip the legislature. They can skip the legislature. They can, they can do whatever they want actually. So when we discuss about law with them, it's useless because they can do whatever they want.
So it's like dictatorship, just getting installed in Hong Kong.
Yeah, of course, it's dictatorship. Just like the basic law, the Article 22, it say that the Chinese organizations, official organizations, they can't intervene in Hong Kong's affair. Well, the democratic leaders, they quoted this Article 23 in basic law. to fight against the liaison office, saying that, oh, you should not comment in Hong Kong affairs, you should not intervene. So the other day, they replied, the liaison office replied, saying that we are not included in this Article 22. We are not bounded by the Article 22. We are special. And also, we have the right to inspect and monitor to ensure Hong Kong government operates correctly. So they can do whatever they want. The law say that you cannot say things about Hong Kong, but they just claim that I am not bounded by this law. I am special. So I can say about Hong Kong's affair, I can intervene, and it's my right, my duty to do that. So they reinterpreted the law by just giving out a statement to the press. And that's it. And that's the law.
What do you think will happen until the election in September?
Before that, there's June 4th. You know, every year, June 4th, every year in Hong Kong, people will have vigil to remember, to condemn CCP. We also have protests every year, 1st of July, every year, billion people. Because of the coronavirus, now the Hong Kong government have established a new law, which we cannot gather more than 4 people. So at most, in the street, outside your home, outside your private place, you cannot have more than 4 people gathered together, or you'll be fined with 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. Now they have been using this law to suppress people. For example, there are students, there are secondary school students in uniform. They're distributing masks, some resources to help people out to fight against coronavirus. But the police, they just hate students. They suppress students. So they use this law to fine every student 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. So when June 4th come, when the 1st of July come, when there are protests, the Hong Kong government, they could easily use this kind of law or use the Chinese virus as an excuse to suppress all these assemblies or protests.
So at the same time, though, we heard that pro-democracy people are reaching out to people saying that they want to have protests on July 1st. So what do you think will happen? Like, can they hold the event, or do you think like they will go like physically over the blockage of the police and so on to protest?
Well, I think people are very angry because of the Chinese virus. Everyone is staying at home. They don't have the mood. They don't have the emotion to do like protests or everything now because people of the virus. But the anger is still accumulating. At a certain point, a certain place, people will, all emotion anger will explode, and people come out again like thousands and thousands. They will come out eventually. They are now taking rest only.
So right now, the world is suffering from Chinese or Wuhan virus, and you coming from Hong Kong, is there? What do you want the world to see, or what's the point that they should pay attention to, and so on?
It's very simple. Do not trust China. Well, when you trust China, they say, well, there's no virus, and you trust it, and you did not prepare for it, and then, bam, there's a pandemic. When they say that, well, it's easy, not that bad, no human to human transmission. You trust that, well, boom, human to human, and very strong transmission. So do not trust China. And when you have deal with them, they can easily say, "Well, did I really sign that with you? No, I don't remember. I forgot." And then they forget about the contract.
What about the Hong Kong situation that the world should know?
Well, as I just said, I have mentioned all those about the liaison office, the new strategy in Hong Kong. I think the new trend, China, they may blockade themselves. They may be going to seal themselves up like the North Korea, because now the world, the UK, US, the Western countries, Japan, even Korea, Taiwan, and I mean everywhere, every country, they won't do business with China. No business as usual, no more. So China, they may block themselves. They may seal themselves up. They may isolate themselves to protect themselves. Of course, Hong Kong is part of China. So when they seal the country up, they block themselves up, they will also block Hong Kong up. So they will quickly turn Hong Kong into Tibet. Now they're doing it. Not like before. Before they will still somehow talk about law with you. They will do it like politely, maybe. But now they don't care anything. They will just turn Hong Kong into Tibet. So it's really bad. The situation in Hong Kong is going to be really, really bad. And my guess is that in the future, of course, the US and China, they are now rivalry, and they will be rivalry in the future. So the trade war will go on, even military war, whatever. There will be a lot of conflicts, war, skirmishes, and Hong Kong is somewhere in between. So we somehow, we will go in between them. US, China will in a fight, and of course we will suffer. But also after all these, is also an opportunity for Hong Kong to escape, or to be free, or to become independent.
Is there anything that you want to tell people?
Yeah.
Just
I don't know.
Or whatever.
I don't know about the virus in Japan, how the situation, maybe. I think it's bad. I think in Japan there are a lot of people, in fact, it's not under control. It's getting worse, I guess. So everyone should wear a mask, and also a mask which is a useful mask, not just a paper mask or a glove. It's a real surgical mask. And wash your hands often. Really, I'm serious. Do not touch your face, touch your eye. And always, hands are very, very important. Do not touch things. Do not touch eye. You can touch a dog. Yes, stay healthy is very important. And I hope Japanese or every people in the world, they can get well soon. Do not get sick. Do not get infected by this biological weapon. So after all this, I hope to see when people are recovered from this virus, they will find China and ask for what we deserve. I mean, China create all these. They take away a lot of lives, and take a lot. They destroy economy. They destroy families. They destroy many things. So we should go after them. Go after Chinese. After all these, when all this settle, recover, we should do that, and we should not allow this evil to be on this earth and to continue to create this kind of disaster. You don't know what happened next, when we didn't expect that. No one anticipated that, but they did it. They did it. They create a new biological weapon. They create a virus to infect millions and millions of people. So we should not let them carry on. We should stop them. That's it.
I guess we will end our interview here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your interview.
Thank you so much. So that's the end of the interview. We, as Freedom Intelligence Network, will be interviewing more and more people from around the world. So if you want to support us, please make sure to support us on Patreon. We launched a Patreon page. So if you can, please support us there, and you'll be seeing more guests from the world. When I'm not here on YouTube, I am tweeting a lot. So please follow me on Twitter at Random Yoko. And my husband has a Twitter account too, so I'll link it below, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
Bye.